Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Difyarizky Wida Pralestyan. My student number is 19,026,158. In this video, I'm going to present my literary analysis on literary psychology using the novel Egosentris by Shahid Muhammad to fulfill the final exam for psychology of literature class. Before we discuss about the character, we have to know what literary psychology is. What is literary psychology? Literary psychology is a study that sees literature as a psychological activity. There are three ways to understand the relationship between psychology and literature, which is studying the psychology of the author, studying the psychology of the fictional characters, and studying the psychology of the readers. And in this analysis, I'm going to use a psychoanalysis theory by Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is the father of psychoanalytic theory, where he created and developed theories regarding human characteristics psychologically, not physically. In psychoanalytic theory, Freud divides the structure of human personality into three categories. There are ID, ego, and superego. The ID is the irrational, instinctual, unknown, and unconscious part of the human mind. The ego is the rational, logical, and conscious part of the mind, although much of its activity remains in the subconscious. The superego acts like an internal censor, causing us to make moral judgments based on social pressures and functioning according to the principles of morality, and serves primarily to protect society and us from the ID. Then this is the book. Egosentris is a novel by the writer Shahid Muhammad and was published in March 2018. Egosentris tells about three psychology students, Saka, Fana, and Fatih, who have their own problems, but we are going to focus only on Fatih. The character of Fatih in Egocentris novel is described by the author through speech, behavior, and the way he interacts with other characters through the narrative and dialogue section. And as it shows in the table, Fatih has these characters that fall under the three categories of human personality. The first one is ID. Regardless of old man's answer, Fatih spent his 50,000 to buy a packet of cireng. Take the change for you to buy vegetables to eat, Fatih said with a smile. Page 115. The quotation here shows Fatih is a kind person and cares about the old man who sells cireng he met at the intersection. When he saw the old man selling cireng, ID encouraged Fatih to do something that would please him. Sigmund Freud explained that it is the basic structure of personality that works according to the principle of pleasure. The purpose is the immediate fulfillment of satisfaction. Therefore, Fatih's ego also encouraged him to give 50,000 rupiah to the old man without asking for a change. When Fatih saw the old man was very grateful for the money he had just received, Fatih looked very happy. Then the next one. I also never ask to be cared for. Man, if you feel objected caring about me, if I just become a burden, just try it for not to care like you ever said. Simple. Page 290. Fatih's characteristic was very stubborn. He is excellent at debating and doesn't want to lose the fight from Saka's argument. ID in Fatih encouraged him to behave like that because it is a basic and he always wants to win his argument and he insists on maintaining his opinion. Next, for the ego, we need to make a preventive solutions such as making advertisements or movements to reduce the big impact from the actions that are rarely realized by those who share the video. Page 53. Fatih is more focused on providing solutions on video spreader. This proves Fatih can think critically by finding other ways using different perspectives. Fatih doesn't judge or give a suggestion directly to the video spreader and getting punished as heavy as possible. Fatih is looking for a more effective solution. Fatih's ego stimulated him to think sharply, finding a way out of a problem. Ego develops from the ID, which is a personality system that applies as an individual influence on the world and performs its function based on the principle of reality. And revenge is one of the bad characters Fatih has. Next one. Until the grudge has no land to avenge, revenge thrives in him. Watered by heart that was sad, why should his friends always taunt him? Revenge is still alive until now. Maybe Fatih's chest was so comfortable that revenge didn't want to get out of there, whereas he doesn't know how to get rid of it. Page 93. Seeing the way of Seeing the way some people treat Fatih badly, it made his grudge pile up. Fatih has saved too much heartache for bullying, ridicule, and physical assault by the people to him. This causes Fatih's ego's work. This causes Fatih's ego work conferring to the principle of reality to bring up the desire to respond to the pain he receives. Fatih is eager to repay his heartache for those who had hurt him. Nevertheless, Fatih is also a bad-tempered characteristic. He sometimes cannot control himself when he's angry in certain situations, and according to Freud, emotion is one form of ID system, and bad-tempered is an emotion of negative act. Next is superego. Fatih was humming when the red medicine flowed over the wounds of his hands and feet. However, he was happy. Fatih has never been able to give his mother a birthday present for 2 years. For Fatih, the deposit money didn't reduce at all, can be a gift for his mother. Page 91. Honesty is a characteristic that is in accordance with the heart, always telling the truth and the words do not mischief others. This characteristic is supported by a superego personality system that reflects social values and makes individuals aware of moral demands. Fatih never took or used the money of selling chips for his own benefit. And the last one is superego. A girl with problems in their families make me like finding someone to help. I like being given space for responsibility to help someone. A room that allows me to help is in my way. Although Fiona often pisses me off, fortunately, not for the things like Saka complained about. Page 43. Devotion is an act of caring and affection for others that are shown in the form of attitudes or actions. Fatih's dedication is seen from his perspective, talking about his girlfriend. Superego encouragement makes Fatih respect with Fiona's background who has broken home. Fatih, as Fiona's boyfriend, sympathizes with Fiona as well. He always loved listening to Fiona's stories every day and giving her support and advice. And that was all from my literary analysis presentation on literary psychology using the novel Egosentris by Shahid Muhammad. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.